Thanks to the highly trained police officers across our region, we are able to bring this suspect into custody without further harm. He will be charged and stand trial for his crimes.
Right now, the suspect, who police say shot 4 people inside a hospital in Atlanta, is now in custody. Good morning, I'm Joey Horta.
And I'm Sharday LeRae. Well, as police continue to search for motive, this latest shooting is once again raising calls for gun control. Justin Finch has the latest.
This morning, the mayor of Atlanta vowing that the now captured mass shooting suspect will face justice.
He will be charged and stand trial for his crimes.
24-year-old Dion Patterson accused of opening fire inside a medical center waiting room just before noon Wednesday.
Supervisor, female shot. She's seriously bleeding. Shot in the side and the back.
39-year-old CDC employee Amy St. Pierre killed. The CDC releasing a statement saying it saddened by St. Pierre's sudden loss. 4 other women ranging in age from 25 to 71 all rushed into emergency treatment for gunshot wounds.
He spent about maybe 2 minutes inside the building where he then exited on foot.
Police then saying its camera network tracked Patterson to a gas station, spotting him stealing a pickup truck left running.
Very shortly, we were joined by the GBI, the FBI, the Secret Service, as well as the United States Marshal Service as we sought to bring this person into custody.
A multi-agency pursuit. Law enforcement trailing Patterson outside Atlanta where he surrendered. In Washington, a Georgia senator demanding gun safety reform.
We behave as if this is normal. It is not normal.
The suspect's mother telling the Associated Press her son was a former Coast Guardsman who was suffering with mental instability from a new medication. She says the Veterans Affairs health system denied Patterson the Ativan he wanted for his anxiety and depression. The Coast Guard confirms Patterson joined the service in 2018 and was discharged in January. The Gun Violence Archive reports Atlanta was the site of one of at least 2 U.S. mass shootings Wednesday. The archive now counts more than 190 mass shootings so far this year. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Well, this shooting in Atlanta is the 190th mass shooting in just the first third of this year. There have already been nearly 100 deaths so far. And at this rate, the U.S. is on track to have more mass shootings this year than ever before.
We're learning more about the other arrests now from that deadly mass shooting near Houston. Francisco Oropeza was taken into custody Tuesday after several days on the run. He's accused of killing 5 of his neighbors last week. His partner, Divi Mara Nava, and his friend Domingo Castilla are also in custody. Police say they helped him get away and hide out. The DA says more charges are on the way. Oropeza is charged now with 5 counts of murder, and his bond is set at more than $7 million. In Texas alone, there have been 5 notable mass shootings since 2016. In 2017, more than 24 people killed in Sutherland Springs. Nearly 24 more were hurt. 23 people were shot at Santa Fe High School near Houston in 2018. 8 students and 2 teachers lost their lives there. Down in Uvalde, 19 kids and 2 teachers were gunned down at Robb Elementary School just last year. New this morning, more than 20 years after his drowning at Lake Mead, a Central Texas woman spreads the ashes of her father at the lake he considered to be his happy place. You're looking at exclusive photos from Tina Bushman of Lorena, just outside Waco, decades after her dad, Thomas Ert, drowned at the lake. The drought uncovered his body in 2022. And thanks to a DNA match from Tina, the family would finally get the closure they were desperate for.
He always told us he wanted to be cremated and thrown in the lake, which is kind of ironic.
We first spoke to her back in November, and we're told now the water levels are going back up again after the recent rainfall out west. Out of the 4 sets of human remains found at the lake last year, 3 have been identified, all except for the man found dead in a barrel. Investigators say he was shot. Tonight on a special edition of 2020, a deep dive into the investigation right here at 9 o'clock, followed by 25 News at 10.
Well, it's time to get a check at your weather. Is it safe to say, Josh, that we may need to pack the umbrella today? How are we looking?
Yeah, we need to pack the umbrella today because we're watching for the chance of stronger thunderstorms later on this afternoon and evening. Out there right now, no issues, but as we walk you through your Thursday, know that those storm chances are going to pick back up again later on this afternoon. We'll monitor them to flare up out west and try to work towards the I-35 corridor, likely trying to make it here as we head past dinner time. So temperatures getting in the 80s, and we're watching for those evening storms. I'll track you through time on when to expect these here in just a few minutes. So I want you to go find us on social media, scan that barcode, get you the 25 News app so you can stay ahead of the storms later on this afternoon. I'll be back with your 10-day in just a few.
Well, a year after he was stabbed to death in a bathroom at Belton High School, the community is coming together to remember Joe Ramirez Jr. His accused killer, Kason Allison, now out on bond. Now, on the anniversary of his death, Ramirez's classmates, friends, and family marched 4 miles through Belton carrying the phrase, "I'll never walk alone." Now, Joe's mother, Amanda Rios, says what's gotten her through this year is the love she's seen from her community and beyond.
We had people from Australia, people from Puerto Rico, so many different states, just sending love, donating money.
His accused killer, Kason Allison, was released after posting a $190,000 bond. He's required to wear an ankle monitor.
We now know the name of the man found shot to death in Waco just before 8 o'clock Tuesday night. Officers found the body of 17-year-old Terquan Johnson on J.J. Fluellen Road in Waco. If you know anything, call police. And in Killeen, 41-year-old Lewis Hunt is charged in the murder of Kenny Morgan. His body found inside a home on Sunday. Hunt is being held now on a $1 million bond.
Well, the Harker Heights Fire Department has a new interim chief. Deputy Fire Chief Cindy Hicks is now serving as interim. She's been with the department since 1994. Now, Hicks is taking over for Paul Sims, who retired just last month. The city is now looking for his permanent replacement. And we're celebrating Asian American Pacific Islander Month. In about 8 minutes, we take a look at the history and art behind some prominent Japanese cuisine.
The first tech stop reminding drivers now to watch out for people riding motorcycles. We'll take a look at this new campaign aiming to save lives in a moment.